Hi and welcome to another Palladium accounting video tutorial. In this video we're going to be having a look at our inventory forecasting feature. The purpose of this feature is to optimize the inventory holding and ordering within an organization by managing minimum and maximum levels. And it also allows us to consider multiple variables such as lead time, safety factors, and economic order quantities, amongst others, which we're going to touch on. Okay, so the first place I want to start is within the inventory master file setup. So I'm just going to go into this item here, this Lenovo laptop, and we're going to go to this reorder tab. So there's a few settings in here we need to consider. So firstly, we have the ability to forecast at company level, so we can have a maximum and minimum level here. And also if you have multiple branches in your company, they will display down here. And then you'll see there's 5 variables over here to the right-hand side. We have safety factor, order lead time, day sales in stock, economic order factor, and minimum order quantity. So when we get to the next step, which involves running our inventory forecasting, all of these fields play a role in that calculation. So our safety factor percentage is basically a buffer. So for example, if we're looking at a historical sales period of last December to help us forecast this December, we might just want to put a buffer in there just to protect ourselves in case we expect an increase in sales. So I'm going to leave a percentage there of 20%. Then the order lead time is the vendor delivery time. So this works in days, so I'm saying 10 days. And then we also have the option for number of days stock holding required. So this is just saying I put 60 in there, so I want to order enough stock to meet the demands of sales for the next 60 days without me needing to reorder. We then have the economic order quantity. So this is the multiple on which to order goods from your supplier. So they might only allow you to buy in quantities of 20s from them, for example. Our minimum order quantity is basically the minimum order quantity that your supplier will sell to you. So you might need to buy a Lenovo laptop, but they will only send, the minimum order is 10, for example. Okay, so that's our inventory setup. So I'm just going to close here. And then our next part is to use the inventory forecasting module. So let's make this full screen. I'm going to load it. I'm going to do this at company level. And here I can select the sales period that we want to have a look at to help us forecast and calculate our new minimum level and new maximum quantity. So here within that sales period that I've selected, it's saying I've had 10 sales, I've sold 10 Lenovo laptops, my daily sales on average is 0.33, and we have the lead time of 10% there. We've also got the safety factor of 20%, those both of which are pulling from our inventory master file that we just had a look at. So it's a new stock item, we didn't have an old minimum level for it. And then based on the calculation that it's using, it suggests the new minimum level should be 4. So you'll see here, this gives you the calculation if I hover over the column header. So it's daily sales, which is my 0.33, multiplied by my lead time of 10, plus my safety factor percentage, which actually comes to about 3.96, so it's rounding it up to a minimum level of 4. Okay, and then to calculate our new maximum quantity, again, if we just hover over the column there, it gives us the calculation. So it's looking at our new minimum level of 4, plus days sales in stock that we want to cater for, which is the 60 days, plus new daily sales times the 0.33, which comes to just under 20. So which plus the 4 gives us the 24 that's suggesting. So once you've run this, you'll just press save. It will then update your inventory master file accordingly. So if I go back into my inventory item, we'll see here my maximum level is 24 and my minimum level is 4. So at this point, at any point in time, if we want to see what items are below our minimum level and therefore need reordering to meet our demands, I can go to inventory reports, we can go to quantity reports, I can also do it by location. So the key factor, the key filter on here is this option here. So if without ticking this option, it's going to give me my full inventory list. If I tick this option, it'll only display the items that need reordering. So you'll see when I run this report, it's showing that I just need to order in this item. So here it's suggesting that I need to order in 35, a quantity of 35 to reach my maximum level of 24. And you can see by the other columns that are displayed here, it takes into account my sales order and my purchase order quantities and also what's being manufactured. So you'll see how it gets to the required quantity of 33. So it's saying, okay, we've got one laptop on hand minus my 20. That takes us to an available quantity of minus 19. We've also got a purchase order for 10, which takes us to minus 9. So in order to get to the maximum level of 24, we need to order 33. And just whilst we're also on this screen, obviously this is reliant on users remembering to run this report maybe on a daily or weekly basis. We also do have a Palladium alerts module available where we can set up automated triggers in the database to say, please send the inventory control manager or whoever email notification to let them know when an item's gone below the minimum level, for example. Or we could automate this report on a daily basis. Just something to consider. So in real terms, you can have multiple items that display on this list. So the next step would be obviously to order these items. So we have two options here. So on all purchase documents, we've got a very smart feature. It's one of our hidden gems on Palladium. Okay, so I'm firstly going to select my supplier that I've linked to this inventory item. So up here at the top, you'll see this little button here, quite easy to miss. It's called Order Form. So the purpose of this order form is that it will display all of the inventory items that need reordering that are linked to this supplier in the master file. So you can see here my Lenovo PCs come up, it's showing me what's available, what's on order. So if there's a list of items here, it'll bring them all through to the next page. So our other option is to create PO from Reorder. So the main benefit of using this feature over the purchase order one is, instead of having to create multiple purchase orders for all the suppliers that you have items that need reordering, instead of doing that, you can do it in bulk using this feature. So if I open up this screen now, first thing you may notice is that the supplier is not at document level. And you'll see there's an extra column to allow us to assign a supplier per line level. So I'm going to load here. It's going to bring up all my items that need reordering. And there you go. You can see that it's automatically assigned my preferred supplier because of the way I've got it set up in my supplier master file. So here it automatically brings in the required quantity and the price that's linked to the supplier. So I'm just going to put a price in for these two. And then with a single click of the button, I can press Generate Purchase Requisition. You'll see it's popping up with 4 different documents here. So with a single click, it's brought up 4 purchase requisitions that are ready to be recorded and sent to the supplier. So in my case, my default setting is for it to generate a purchase requisition. An important setting is the one in our options. Under payables, down here. So we can change the setting so when you generate the multiple documents, you can make it generate purchase orders rather than purchase requisitions. Okay, so that brings us to the end of this video tutorial. If you do have any inquiries, please do feel free to contact us on the details displayed on screen. Thank you again for watching. If there is any video requests that you have on any particular feature, please do add them to the comments section and we'll gladly do some videos on those for you. All right, thank you very much. Take care.